Do any of you guys ever notice that I have this bracelet on in all of my videos? There's a story behind this bracelet, and let me tell it to you. On December 6th, 2019, I attended a baby shower for my girlfriend. She was actually having her first grandchild, and the gift that they gave to everybody who attended this baby shower was this bracelet. And there was this cute little slogan about make a wish while you're putting it on, and when the bracelet falls off, your wish will come true. It's going to be June 1st in a couple of days, and it's been tied onto my wrist for 6 months. Is that 6 months? Yeah, because the end of June will be 7 months. Yeah, 6 months, still going strong. It's cute, I don't mind it. But when I had my girlfriend tie this around my wrist, I did not think it would be on for this long. I did not realize that this wish bracelet was a long-term commitment. It has this cute little star on it. It's cute. I don't mind it. I'm horrible about wearing jewelry anyways, so at least this gets me used to wearing jewelry because I cannot take it off unless I cut it off, and I don't want to do that because I want my wish to come true. I'm a little superstitious like that sometimes. Hi guys, it's Paula, and I hope you are doing well. This is going to be a monthly update for Pan in Every Palette. I've been doing this project since around December of 2018. Maybe it was late November. I can't remember what. But anyways, this project has been going on long term. I'm gonna keep it going for as long as I can. I just love the concept behind this project. The goal is simply to hit a pan in every palette that you own, and it's the perfect balance to a lot of the other projects I do where I'm usually trying to finish everything and use it all up and not just hit pan but finish the whole pan. This is kind of nice, like all I have to do is hit pan, then I can keep moving. It gives me a chance to work on some palettes that I probably wouldn't work on otherwise if it wasn't for this project. So I love this project. This hair, oh my gosh. There is a large group of us doing this project collaboratively, and this project was spearheaded by Lady Pans a Lot. That's her name over on Instagram. I will have her account linked down below along with everybody else that's participating as well so that you could check them out. Some of them are doing some amazing things with this project. Amazing. I think since I started this project way back in 2018, the end of 2018, I've only hit pan on 4 shadows in 4 palettes. That's not really good. Not good at all. But like I said, I'm able to use some palettes that I would not normally be using. My goal is at the very least to use them 1 time during the month. That doesn't really get you too close to hitting pan. But at least, again, I'm rotating through, I'm using some things I normally wouldn't, and how many times can I say that? And I'm 1 use closer to hitting pan. I've failed miserably at that goal for several months now. There are 2 palettes that I have ignored for months in this project, and I'm only working on 4 palettes at a time, so that's not good. But now somebody's mowing their lawn. But I'm really happy to say that I did use all 4 palettes at least 1 time during the month. So let's get into it. I'll show you really quickly what the palettes look like today and how many times I used them. Get my notebook out. The first palette is my Pat McGrath La Vie and Rose palette. I like this palette a lot. I have no complaints about it other than the price tag, maybe. And the eyeshadow I'm trying to hit pan on is right here. And I did use this 1 time in the past month in a look that also incorporated these 2 shadows right here. So I used these 3 shadows 1 time. I don't know if the shadow looks any more used than it did a month ago, but I really enjoyed the look, and I'm really glad I finally used this for the first time in several months. So at least it's something. The other palette that has been seriously neglected over the last several months is my Natasha Nonna green brown palette. Here it is right here. The eyeshadow that I'm trying to hit pan on is this one right here. It's called Moonstone. And again, I used that one time in the past month. I didn't use any other shades this past month other than that one, but I did make sure I met my goal of using it at least one time. I mean, how hard can it be? Just use it one time. I've had this palette for several years now. People do report that Natasha Nonna palettes do not always last as long as other palettes and that the quality of this does change over time. So far, thankfully, I haven't had that happen, at least not that I'm aware. But there are several eyeshadows in this palette that I have not used even once yet, and that is a crime. That is a crime. So I think I'm gonna set a goal to use one shadow that's never been used before over the next month. I don't care what it is, but I mean, that's ridiculous. This is a, how much did I pay for this palette? Probably paid like $230 for this palette. I think this is a $260 palette and I got it for 20% off at a VIB sale. So $220. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. That's a very expensive palette to have not used every shade at least one time. So I am going to set the goal of using some of the shadows that I've never used even once over the next month. I can tell that I've never used this shade up here. These two shades right here. This shade right here, which looks amazing. And this whole last row looks basically untouched. So, challenge accepted. I've thrown out a challenge to myself and I'm accepting it. I have to use at least one of those shades one time over the next month, in addition to using Moonstone one time. What do you think about that? Okay. The palette I used 2 times in the last month is this guy right here. This is my ColourPop Yes Please palette. Congratulations.
I don't like tea. So I just this stuff in the can.
Okay, you could have the cookies.
After when I finish this
Oh, yeah, okay, you gotta finish that first. The eyeshadow that I'm trying to hit pan on is the yellow one. At least that's what I think I'm trying to hit pan on. This is the one I've used the most, and this is the one I used twice in the last month. I did do an all yellow eye look in a recent video. Was it my all of the non-makeup items I'm currently project panning? I think in that video I was wearing this eyeshadow exclusively. I didn't have, well, I had a brow bone highlight on, but everything else was this yellow on my eyelid and my lower lash line. So I like that look. I felt like I looked a little bit weird, like a little bit like an alien. And I don't know if it was a black eyeliner with the yellow eyeshadow. I don't know what it was, but I felt like I looked a little bit weird. Not horrible, but I did try an all yellow look and it was all right. I think I would prefer to wear this in combination with some warm tone eyeshadows. So I've now used this yellow 2 more times, which brings me to 4 times total. Still a long way to go before hitting pan, but 2 more times. No dips, no nothing. Just looking a little roughed up. So far, this update has been pretty boring, hasn't it? I feel like those other 3 palettes didn't get a ton of love. Luckily, this guy is in for the win, and I used this a ton over the past month. This is my Revolution, Makeup Revolution London Ultra Blush Palette in Sugar and Spice. And I have been loving this palette so much since rolling it into this project. This palette had never been used even once prior to rolling it into this project. 2 months ago, was it, that I rolled it in? So this has been in the project for 2 months now, and I've been using it a ton, even though I had never used it even once before. Here are the eyeshadows right here. The one I am trying to hit pan on is this one. This is just the shade that I've been absolutely the most drawn to. This highlighter is amazing. I love it, but I'm trying to pan a couple other highlighters. So I'm not using this as consistently as the blushes, but this is the one I've used the most. I've used that one 16 times in the past month. That's pretty good, 16 times. I've also used this one time, this one 7 times. What else? This one once, this one twice, and this one once. So right now, the only blush in this palette that I haven't used at least once is this one. I haven't tried this one at all yet, but all the others I've used at least once, and I am really happy with how much use I got out of this over the past month. Other than the surrounding packaging being a little bit dustier, it doesn't look really used yet. That being said, I suspect these pans are not too deep, so hopefully it won't take too much longer to hit pan or to at least start showing some noticeable progress. But yeah, I've just been loving it. I love that pan so much. It's the blush I'm wearing today. It's just a neutral pinky blush, and I like it. I like it a lot. Really glad I put this palette into this project. It's saving me, because I'm not doing good with the eyeshadow palettes. I'm just not doing good. But that blush palette, I'm going to town on. It's the only powder blush I'm really working on right now, other than an eyeshadow that I've been using as a blush and those highlighting papers that I've been using as blush. Other than those guys, that's it. So it's easy to pull for that every single day because it's all I'm really working on right now. Eyeshadow, that's a different story. I'm working on so much eyeshadow right now. A decision has to be made every morning about which eyeshadow I'm going to use or which eyeshadows I'm going to use, because I rarely use just one eyeshadow, but it's kind of difficult to prioritize how to use up my makeup. And when I think about the fact that the eyeshadows that I have in projects are only just a tiny fraction of the eyeshadows I have in all, it's shocking, because even just with this small percentage of what I actually own that I'm working on and pulling from day to day, it's still a lot of choices. Sometimes I base my decision on the clothes that I'm wearing and what colors I think will go best with the clothes, and sometimes I'm just in a mood and it doesn't matter what I'm wearing, I have to do a certain look because that's what my heart is telling me. But I try not to limit myself any more than with what is in a project. Other than that, I let myself use whatever I want. So the other factor is that sometimes I'm really working hard on whatever project is coming up next. So whatever makeup is in the project that I need to update next, I'm using more consistently. And then when that update comes and goes, I'm working on the products for the next update that's coming. It would be more ideal if all of those project updates were exactly 1 day apart or exactly 5 days apart or something like that. But sometimes I might have a week with no updates and then an update every day for 3 days. And so I'm focusing on the first project update, but then the updates that are coming the day after that and the day after that, I'm ignoring those products. So it's not a perfect system by any means, but again, what I'm working on is just a small fraction of what I own, and I am trying to wear makeup every day. I think I only skipped 1 day in the past month, but I wore makeup every other day. I'm really just rambling at this point, aren't I? All right, guys, that is it for this update. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.